Say rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
Cinetalk, back with another video. I'm Strange Wang, he is Nate. They're doing top 5 best performances, well not best, our favorite performances of 2021, because it's 2022 now. The year's ended. Cap on it. So we can make this list. He's going to tell you about things.
It's true. First of all, is our social media. It's in the description box below. So if you would kindly go click on those links, shoot, right click, open in separate tab, give us a follow, or type it in on your phone. We also have links to our Patreon and our Coffee account. So if you would like to help our channel grow, we would appreciate that as well. If you don't know how we do our top 5s, he's going to start with his 5 and 4, and then I'll give my 5 and 4, and then 3, 2, 3, 2, and then we trade off number 1s. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same person or movie on our list, but one person has it 2 or more spots higher, we'll save it till then.
My number 5 is going to be Will Smith in the film King Richard. I thought he played a great complex character with clear understanding emotions to get the point across of why he's doing what he's doing. And you also see how he's like, he fails, but you know the reasons, like the end goal and whatnot, and why the reasons he is the way he is through this performance. Great facial expressions, body language, really getting into this character where Will Smith takes a back seat and you see Richard. I mean, some scenes you do see Will Smith, like, oh, that's Will Smith. But he does get into the point where I get into it to the point of I'm like, that's Serena Williams' father. Oh, that's Will Smith. And then, like, go back and forth. But the whole movie, I did see images of Will Smith. But I would say this probably, like, performance-wise, not enjoyment, but performance-wise, his best movie he's ever done, personally.
That there's impressive.
Maybe. It was my number 6. I saw Will Smith the whole time. That was the reason why.
Number 4 for me is Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos. Good performance.
Mm-hmm.
Not a great movie, but she really gets into it, and I see Lucille Ball. Like, is that good? The makeup crew, how she sounds, her performances, the screen presence she brings, it's just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta double check.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal. Really good performances in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily went with
Javier Bardem.
yeah. I was gonna call him by his name and
Anton Chigurh.
yeah. For some reason that came out, I was like, that's not it. But yeah, really good performances in this movie. Not a great movie.
It was fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
So my number 5 is Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom. I
thought he was gonna say Spider-Man. I was like, motherfucker, that's a cheat. That shit don't count.
No. Tick, Tick, Boom. Yeah. I love musicals. Tick, Tick, Boom was okay. Like, it was fine for me. It's like, it's definitely not going to make my top 5 favorite musicals list. Maybe not even top 10. But after watching the movie, I went back and watched like videos. I forgot his name. I apologize. But the guy that the movie's about, that Garfield is portraying, went back and watched like actual videos of him. Dude nailed it. Like, and I've also just never seen Garfield in a role like this before. So watching him show some range, show us something he's never done before was really great. And the way that he really did end up embodying this dude was really, really good. Like, it was, I will say, reminiscent of like Christian Bale, like in The Fighter. Like the way that he just, mimicked mannerism. Like it's not like that level. Like that's not what I'm saying. But he put in a lot of work and did a really, really good job of nailing down this dude's like speech patterns and all that stuff. And that takes a lot of work. And I appreciate it.
You said that, and I like a picture. It's like Andrew Garfield sitting on like a piano stool next to a piano in a Spider-Man costume smoking crack.
And then my number 4 is Javier Bardem from Being the Ricardos. Yeah, I agree with everything you say. I mean, I did end up doing this for another movie, but I was tempted to just take both of them for the number 4 spot as well, because I think they do, they both were phenomenal. But you were talking about Will Smith, how there were times where you're just like, you forget that's Will Smith. That was Javier Bardem in this film, to me, playing Desi Arnaz. I mean, I completely forgot that dude had acted in other movies. He just...
Really?
Huh? No, like, I got lost in the role is what I'm saying.
I just don't... Like, he doesn't look like Ricky.
So?
Like, Ricky looks like his, like, younger brother.
Will Smith
like,
doesn't...
just started college.
Will Smith doesn't look like Venus and Serena's dad.
But I don't know what they look like. I know what Ricky looks like.
Well, that feels racist, and I don't know why. But...
How's that racist?
It just said it feels racist, and I don't know why.
I've never seen a picture of their father before.
It worked for me, and I loved it. I didn't think that Nicole Kidman looked at all like Lucille Ball, other than the hair. So
I did. That's why there's two of us here.
the performances from both of them are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that's why there's two of us here.
Yeah.
Get a good mixture of opinions. But next I have Tim Blake Nelson and Old Henry for my number 3. You seen this movie?
No.
Oh, you look like you've seen this movie. I was like, damn.
No, I was just looking to see what was next on the
Quiet,
list.
son.
Yeah.
Shout out to Barack Obama. He's the one that put me on this movie. It was on his list.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? And I checked it out. He plays a stone cold Western-esque character. Perfect. I watched this movie and I finished. I was like, that's that motherfucker in Holes? That's that goofy motherfucker from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? That's him? He's a fucking gunslinger. He's a badass. He's stone cold. Like, fucking... He loses himself in this role. Without a doubt. With ease.
Ease. With the greatest of ease.
That's right.
His best movie. His performance is so good that you're like, man, this dude has fucking range that... I guess because he's small, his stature, I guess nobody ever gave him a chance to be like this type of character.
Mm-hmm.
But he knocks it out the park. And it sucks that not a lot of people are going to see this movie because it's such a small movie. But hopefully, through watching the greatness of Cinematopical and hearing the amazingness of my voice, you will go and watch Old Henry. Like you will. Or you saw the same list that Obama put out and watched it from him.
Probably a better reason.
Why?
Because your voice is annoying.
You are cursed.
My number 2 is going to be Simon Rex and Red Rocket. What a fucking enjoyable movie. For me, at least. I love scumbags. I love shysters. He is that. And he plays that to a fucking T. It helps that I didn't grow up in the 90s. Like the early 90s when he was on MTV and shit. So I had no idea who the fuck this dude was.
Oh, this is based on a real dude?
No, Simon Rex, he was like an MTV guy.
Yeah.
He was a jockey for MTV. He would interview like celebrities like Tupac and whatnot. And like he did like some game show or some shit. But he's been at Spotlight. He's like a D-list celebrity.
Yeah.
That they were like, you would be perfect for this movie, I think. How about you try your hand at acting? And he did. And he knocked it out the fucking park. He's a fucking goober. He's lovable at the same time, though. He makes bad decisions, and you're just like... You actually legitimately feel disappointed because it's like, come on now. But then you're also rooting for him to get better. He's like, everyone's got that one friend who's like, you're a piece of shit, but I like you to the point where I wish you wasn't a piece of shit. However, I wouldn't like you if you wasn't a piece of shit. That's that character.
Yeah.
Every performance in that movie is phenomenal, if I'm being completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
I knew half the people in that movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It takes place in Texas. We don't live too far from Texas. Actually, all my exes live in Texas, but I'm not George Strait.
We live pretty far from Texas.
That's like 2 states over, is it not?
No. It's like 8 states over.
Well, I don't know where the fuck I live.
We're literally halfway across the country from Texas.
Oh, I don't know where the fuck I'm at then, dog. Either way, it's the South, and people of the South are basically all the same. And if you watch this movie, you're going to see half the people in this movie, and you're like, holy shit, you are right. I know half of these motherfuckers. I've seen half these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's the lead, and he knocks out a park. The film's on his back, and he fucking delivers.
Nice.
Sign, still deliver, it's yours. And that's how that song goes.
It's close enough.
What else?
All right, so my number 3 is Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog. when I think of Benedict Cumberbatch, I think of either Doctor Strange,
Wang.
or I think of him playing, I don't know if timid is the right word, but he never plays like your typical badass. So at first when I was like, you're going to try to sell me Benedict Cumberbatch as like an actual like rough around the edges cowboy.
Get the fuck out of here.
He sells the shit out of it for me. And I understand what you're saying because you just told me before this edit in the video that you only watched like 20 minutes of it, couldn't get into it. It took me a while to get into it as well. So like, I don't think that's unfair. I would say just go finish it out. But go ahead.
I think Tim Blake Nelson, he plays the better rugged cowboy of the year, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Benedict Cumberbatch, his character ends up having some layers to him because he's got this weird devotion to the guy who taught them how to do all of this stuff. But there's so much that the movie actually does a really good job of like forcing you to insinuate without ever actually telling you. Obviously, if you have watched the movie all the way, then you realize that Benedict Cumberbatch's character is in fact gay. So well, I didn't until like literally it's like 3/4 in the movie, and then you start putting the pieces together. So watching him play this guy who obviously has this really weird secret, and the whole time you've just kind of been wondering why he's such a dick to everyone. It's like I didn't think that I was going to be able to buy Benedict Cumberbatch.
You are what you eat.
I didn't. Wow.
For real.
I didn't think I was going to be able to buy Benedict Cumberbatch in this role. He showed off his acting chops. I don't love the movie that much, honestly, but I was impressed by like him specifically in that role and the way that he was able to just like supersede my expectations of what he would be able to sell me as a character. So good on you. My number 2, which will probably be the only time in history this ever happens, because normally I do not care for child actor performances in films, but Judy Hill in Belfast is the most heartwarming, like just buddy, like just let me give you a hug and a piece of candy. Like this kid like sells like I honestly am watching this movie and completely forgetting that I'm not watching just someone's life. If it wasn't for the fact that like there's time skips and editing and stuff, like it just like to me this is like if you're talking about best child actor performances of all time, I feel like most people's go-to number 1 is probably going to be Macaulay Culkin in the first Home Alone and maybe even the second one. This is like that level of child acting. Like this kid nails it, and it's a joy to watch, and I'm so thankful that it exists.
I feel like people go Haley Joel Osment
In The
Sixth
Shining
Sense.
or Sixth Sense, I mean.
Mike, maybe.
My number 1 is going to be from the film I Care a Lot. It's going to be Rosamund Jersey Turnpike, because she plays a fucking cunt. I hate her in this movie. I didn't like her much in the other movie, Gone Girl. And she's a, bro, she knows what she can do, and she fucking sticks to it. She got under my skin so bad. I was on the edge of my seat. I was upset. I was actually angry. And that is emotion. That is a emotion that not a lot of characters are going to give you in a film. So when you do get that in a film, it's even more impressive, because it's like, yeah, it's pretty easy for me to like somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it's even harder for me to hate somebody because I know this is a movie. You know what I'm saying? I can be invested and be like, oh, he's kind of shitty. I'm going to root for the hero. I can have that investment, but I don't hate the character. I'm not upset at that character. I hate her in this movie. Like, visibly upset.
Yeah,
angry,
she's a dick.
Yelling at the TV. I got done. I was like, I know the first clip I'm putting in the review for this movie, and that clip is...
Stank bitch.
You stank bitch.
Nice. So my number 1, I was going to take 2 performances from the same movie. I'm going to cut it down to 1. Because the other one is just such a supporting role that maybe we'll talk about it later. I don't know.
Tag team.
So my favorite performance of the year was Jodie Comer in The Last Duel. She plays the girl, the wife to Matt Damon. So we watched the trailer for this movie. When I watched it the other night for the first time, I did not know that it was basically like, it's really a 4-act film because you get the 3 different perspectives and then you get the conclusion.
It's 2 acts.
Huh?
It's like a 2-act film.
No, you literally get...
You get the first act 3 times.
Well, okay, yeah.
That's fair.
All the actors do a really good job because they basically have to deliver the same lines, but they have to change up, like, the tone, the aggression in their voice, their physical acting in between, and all that stuff, and they all do a really good job. But obviously, she's really the one who's at the center of this story. So watching her go through all these different emotions, and especially when you hit the third part, that is what is from her perspective, yeah, it made me 100. Like, I understand the time period and like what was normal and not normal, but when you hear about those things and learn about those things, you just kind of automatically assume in your head that like no one challenged it. Like, women in society back then just went along with it, right? And I don't know, I wasn't there, but the way that she portrays a woman who is really kind of actively rebelling against the way society is treating her within as much like space as she can do that without getting her head chopped off, she just sells the shit out of it for me. And other than homie from Belfast, I did not feel as much like empathy for a character as I did for her portrayal as Marguerite in The Last Duel. So, good job. I hope you win an award. I think you should.
Who else was you going with?
Well, I also just really love Ben Affleck in that movie. But
that was my guess.
He's like so... Because it's just like the most not Ben Affleck role ever.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking... Bro.
But he's funny in it. Like, he's just like this carefree... Like you could tell how much fun that dude was having playing that role.
I think Ben Affleck should win an Oscar for The Last Duel just on the sole reason alone that he had a fucking orgy with a bowl cut.
That's true.
That there's impressive.
Tell us down below in the comment section what's your top 5 favorite performances of 2021. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a